do this. Let's go over the entire 0.12.9 patch notes. Firstly, patch 0.12.9 patch notes. Escapers, we have patch notes for update 0.12.9 planned for tomorrow, 24th of December. They just announced on the launcher as well, 11 a.m. Moscow. They might have just updated it there. So, oh, fuck. How to do that? 11 a.m. Moscow time. It will take about 4 hours, but can be extended if necessary. Added the woods expansion. We got an image, or we got some video footage during the podcast or little talk they had on TarkovTV Live of the woods expansion. There wasn't really too much information we could gather from it besides the fact that it's huge. It's absolutely massive. So it's going to be really cool to see. I don't think they said anything about increasing the player count of the woods expansion. I actually hope they don't increase the player count initially, and then that maybe over time they will. So just to give us a chance to explore it properly without having like 16 PMCs come from every angle and then shafting us from every direction. They spoke about reworking the PMC initial gear sets. Now with this one, we have no clue what that means, as in if they're going to give it more or less. There was some items originally that were pretty trash to have at the start. Like when you get your Edge of Darkness account and you look at the items, it was just like, hey, half of this crap I'm never going to use. I just vendor. And then the other half, it was like, you know, this is sweet stuff. So hopefully they do a pretty solid job of that. As soon as I get more information on that, when the wipe happens, I might do some print screens or something and make a short video after the wipe happens to be able to do that. Added customization of head and voice when creating the character. For now, it's only 2 new heads for each faction added. You can't change the head and voice after character is created. You'll only be able to do it only after profile reset or what. So 2 for each faction, and hopefully there'll be more to come in the future. They added the skill immunity. Now, to my understanding, this is meant to do with addiction when it comes to stims and painkillers, but we don't know really what that's going to be. Maybe it might be to reduce the negative effects of painkillers. After the wipe happens, I'll go over this stuff and I'll be able to do a in-depth evaluation of everything that's changed and all that. Rework the metabolism skill. Right now, the metabolism skill is leveled up by drinking and eating when you need energy or hydration, and it's leveled up. And as you level it up, it reduces the speed in which you dehydrate or get hungry or energy. So like I said, wait and see, and I'll make a more informed video on the actual changes once the actual patch happens. Reduces the volume of steps and interaction with vegetation. I'm guessing this is when you like brush past a tree and it sounds like you fucking launched yourself through the entire tree. So that has been audio reduced. Added chance to cause bleeding to the ammunition. What? Added chance to cause bleedings to the ammunition. Now some ammo can cause heavy bleeds or light bleeds more often than other rounds. Oh, that's cool. So probably higher damage rounds maybe cause more bleeds, or potentially higher pen rounds will cause more bleeds. We'll have to wait and see with that. Now some face shields and glasses will reduce the time of blindness affected from flashbang rounds and grenades. This is the KS-23, a bit of a counteract to that, and obviously the flashbang. So now sunglasses won't be just about swag. It'll be also to actually have a good effect. Originally, guys, if you didn't know, sunglasses in the game made it that the raindrops, when it was raining, were less blotchy. There was less of them, and they weren't as big. So now that's the other addition of wearing sunglasses. Apparently, he said hollow rounds as well for the bleeds ammunition. So yeah, probably the high damage rounds, I'd imagine. Players will be receiving letters with a supply package for the first 7 days of playing. I don't know how this is going to work. Like every day you're just going to get a 100k top up, or they'll send you with like an AKS-74U saying, "Good job, soldier. Off you go." I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. Hopefully it's not too insane, but knowing BSG, it'll be interesting at least. Added all button in the purchasing menu when buying from dealers via the flea market. Now you can select all available items with a single click. I'm under the impression this means like you can just buy the entire stack of ammo that you want to. So, for example, if a trader sells like 300 rounds of 855A1, you press all and just press buy. You won't have to actually type it in. So, it's just to make it easier with that. Filters in the weapon list tab are now modified separately and do not affect other flea market tabs. Fair enough. Enter button now confirms the action in most dialogue windows. Cool. Slot highlighting when dragging items in your inventory can now be turned off. Why would you want to turn that off? This is like one of the coolest quality of life things. Like when you're dragging an item and you're like, is there room to put it in something? And bam, you can see it straight away. This is sick. I don't know why. Maybe it breaks the immersion. I don't know. Equipped armbands are now unlootable and can't be lost on death. This is really cool because most of the time it's fucking annoying putting an armband back on. And so when people are playing in squads, they can actually have an armband on permanently and not worry about losing it too much. The letter with the reward for the exit in cooperation with the scav will now come with a slight delay. Okay, so if you use the extract on reserve or woods, I think they're the only two maps where you extract a PMC with a scav, you won't get the reward instantly. They did buff these rewards, but now they'll have to come with some delay. No one ever uses it. Oh, and interchange as well. But no one ever uses these extracts. I honestly call them the streamer extracts because, you know, you have to get stream sniped by a scav to be able to get it. But even then, it's fucking rare. I've probably done it like 3 times, and every time it's been deliberately saying, hey, who wants to do the extract with me? Just a bit of a laugh. So, containers will apply restriction filters to mods installed on the transported object. Putting a mount with a thermal sight installed into the securing container is no longer allowed. So there was a lot of people abusing the fact that you could get like a, I don't know, like an SVD low profile mount, chucking it on a gun and then putting a thermal on it. And then when they wanted to save the thermal from like losing it from dying, they could put it into the container on the actual mount. That's been fixed. So, you know, if someone was extra coming with a thermal and they put the thermal away before they tried to jump the person, now gone. So that's good little fix right there. New equipment and clothing is added. PMC tops and bottoms, body armor, rigs, smoke, balaclava, which is the streamer smoke. He's been playing a lot of DayZ right now, but he's one of the OGs of the Tarkov community. And we've always said that he kind of plays the game how the game would be envisaged because he always uses like the in-game voice lines and he's really slow and methodical. Really cool dude. So yeah, his streamer item has been added and tops 4 scavs. So a heap of new equipment. We'll have to wait and see all of it. Usually what I do after the wipe happens, I get to level 40 really quickly. I don't really try and rush to the capper as fast as I can. I mostly just try and get to level 40 so I can figure out all the new quest changes and all the new items from the traders. And then once I get to 40, I do a breakdown of all the traders. So just be ready that that'll probably come out within about, I don't know, within 24 hours of the wipe. Change the characteristics of a large number of weapon mods. Yes, so Nikita just spoke about this during the podcast. Ergonomics and recoil on a large amount of modifications will be changed. So I'm under the impression it's going to be changed quite dramatically. So some mods will have really high ergonomics, but there'll be a penalty to recoil, and the other way around. So some items will have a really big reduction to recoil, but fuck with the ergonomics. So understand the fact that Nikita said that a lot of the weapon metas right now will totally change, and the meta builds will change. It's gonna, to my understanding, it's gonna be that you're gonna have to pick either a weapon that's either gonna be more focused on ergonomics, which will increase your ADS time, and what else happens with ergonomics? ADS time and stamina drain whilst ADS. Or you'll have to worry more about the recoil. Simplified the Jaeger quest. A lot of people complained about some of the quests being annoying. Jaeger quests have been reworked, so some of them will be easier. Updated some quests, changed execution conditions, starting conditions, and rewards. Nikita said that some of these quests are going to become more hardcore, but more focused in line with what they want to do, but also simplified them. So, for example, he said the BMP cannon shell quest, which is where you have to find 10 BMP cannon shells, will now be 5. So something that's like had a large number has been reduced. I think it's just going to be regulated materials. That's it. He's tidying up that, so now that some of the quests will either be a little bit more attainable and stuff like that. So I have to wait and see. I'll do a full breakdown. All my trader task guides will be updated probably within the first week or two. So just be prepared of that. The way we made all our old task guides, we made it so we could just slot out certain tasks and re-put the new ones in as the changes happen. So those guides will be out really quickly. We put a lot of time and effort into making it so we can do that for the future. So be prepared for that. Okay, reduced bonus of recoil reduction and from the recoil control skill and weapon relates practical skills. So recoil control skill is going to have a nerf, and then as you level up your assault rifle skill, there is also a recoil reduction on that and all the other ones. That's been nerfed as well. So recoil is going to be a lot all over the shop, a lot more all over the shop. We won't have hopefully we won't have laser beam M4s again and HKs. So and SA58. So It'll go back to, you know, slower fire will hopefully be an actual tactic, because right now it's a full auto meta. Or SMGs will still become strong, because at the moment SMGs with some of the ammunition have been really strong, and that should be at close range. But then at long range, it should be a lot more difficult to use, and that's where your, let's use assault rifle as or your rifles as a better gun to be using in those situations. Now, character overweight starts at 35 kilograms, used to be 40. Now, people are freaking out about this. So it's the initial yellow overweight thing. So what happens at level 35 now, sorry, at 35 kilograms instead of 40, you'll start leveling your strength skill. It's the way that skills have changed in the past couple of months. Skill levels go up a lot faster. So within about 30 seconds to a minute of sprinting overweight, you've already maxed out your like skill points for strength for that raid. I'm simplifying it here. So you actually level up your strength skill really quickly, and don't stress out too much. Once you have your strength skill higher level, this 35 kilogram thing will be in the 40s and 50s very quickly. So don't stress too much about that. They're always usually very open to fucking around with this shit anyway. So I might say 35 now. Someone will and then it will go to like 37. So we'll have to wait and see. It shouldn't be too much of an issue. Increased purchase limits for some ammo from dealers. Now I know Veritas was putting together a video, or he might have already done it, and he was putting a big list together of certain ammunition, which is all the middle tier ammunitions or like lower, earlier accessible ammunitions that had limits on them now. I think he's sent that list to BSG saying these ones really, you know, either need to be doubled, tripled, and all that. Hopefully they've listened to some of the advice, because he put a lot of time and effort, I know, into figuring that stuff out. And it should be stuff like, just off the top of my head, like 856A1 or something like that, which has like a limit of like 120 rounds or 200 rounds, will hopefully be like 400 or 600. Just for the fact that if you buy a heap of ammunition, you go into a raid, you die instantly, you can no longer use that caliber for another fucking 3 hours or 2 hours, which is trash. So it's to try and make it that you can actually use these guns, or buy a couple of guns and use them for multiple raids. So let's hope. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm under the impression that that's what's going to happen. But the high top tier ammunitions like your 995s and all that stuff will still be, you know, controlled more by how much you can craft in the hideout. New weapons and ammunition. So the Chris Vector will be both in 9x19 and the 45 cal. The SIG MCX Assault Rifle 300 Blackout is going to be available. There has been images over Instagram and stuff over time, but we're going to be trying to find those images for you. But if you can't see them on the screen, then blame my editors. Don't blame me. The SMG will be added to the game as well. The Mark 18 Mod 1, I'm not going to say the next word, DMR 338 Lapua is going to be added, and it's going to be available from Jaeger level 4, and it's going to hit like a fucking freight train, and you will die and be disintegrated every time this bullet hits you. So, this will be fun if we can use it as a sniper rifle, and I'm excited to hopefully go on a reserve. But if it's a DMR, it's going to be absolutely devastating. So I'm going to be hopefully getting that nice and quick and playing around with that. Various new weapon mods. They do that every single time there's an update. Oh, also, before I finish this video up, there's going to be New Year's discounts. So before the New Year's, there'll be discounts for, you know, all the editions of the game. There is going to be a wipe event currently happening. They're going to make, you know, cheaper prices for stuff, and loyalty levels will be increased to everyone. The patch 0.13 will be most likely for Streets of Tarkov. On Wood, Sturman will have more spawns, and there's going to be a drops event somewhere between the wipe and New Year's. There's going to be like last year, so they hate people like me. They don't want us to sleep. They hate me and my wife that has her birthday on New Year's Eve. So we're going to be, I'll be live for the wipe event or whatever, the drops event that happens. But there's going to be a drops event over the the New Year period. We don't know exactly the details of that yet. And the last thing as well is 115 people are currently working for BSG. And if there's any server issues, blame Yuri. Don't blame Nikita. All right. So as for AI optimization, fix and weapon presets and all the other little fixes down the bottom, I won't go through all of them because it'll just chew up all your time and I'll literally just be reading them out. There's not a lot of like major holy crap you guys need to know straight away. But I'll put a link down below to the patch notes if you guys want to check that out. But hopefully you guys got something out of this and you're excited for the wipe, as I will be. I'll be smashing the shit out of it Christmas Eve and Christmas Day, because it's going to be late in the evening for me. Lots of YouTube videos going to be coming out. I'm also going to be posting a YouTube video later on today showing 2 loot runs for directly after the wipe that'll be really effective. which obviously other people will take advantage of. So try your best to do them and use them in your brain to adapt them to how you could make more money off them too. But anyway, guys, usual drill. Thanks for watching another video. If you liked it, smash the shit out of the like button. Subscribe for future content. I do stream on Twitch every day of the week. Go on the link below. Give me a follow over there. Liking and commenting on video does a lot for the YouTube algorithm. So you guys should know the drill by now. Any YouTube video you like, doesn't have to be mine, anyone's. If you see someone and you're like, hey, that was a good video, hit the like button. It really does go a long way to help out promoting it and getting it in the discoverability of YouTube. But yeah, going to be an exciting couple of weeks with the patch. Without anything else left to say, lastly, I'll see you next time.